The sports sedan segment is super spicy. I've driven a whole lot of cars, Civic SIs, Civic Type Rs, Elantra Ns, you name it, even the Integra Type S. But there's one car that I haven't driven in 2 years. Can you believe it? Time actually flies so fast. Welcome everybody then to the 2025 Subaru WRX TS. The last time I drove it was a non-TS Sportec version. It was still the manual version, but I never got a chance to try the TS until now. I finally driven the TS and I finally have an opinion. Is the WRX still a car that you should consider if you want to have fun yet have practicality? Well, there's only one way to find out. So, what is the WRX TS? Essentially, it's still the WRX, as you can see, with all the cladding in the front, the side and the rear, which is what people don't like the most. Honestly, I've now grown to like it, and it does look unique on the road because you don't see too many. What's special to the TS, which actually stands by tuned by STI? I know, right? They could have actually made an STI, a WRX STI, which something we have all been yearning to hear since so many years. And this is probably the closest you'll get to it. So TS, tuned by STI. What does it bring to the WRX? You get some fabulous looking brand new 19-inch wheels, which I think look really good. You do get some Brembo brakes, which have this sort of gold bronze calipers, which I think again looks really good and contrasts really well with the gunmetal painted wheels. You do get this new purple color, which is now part of this special edition. This car is, it's a limited edition. It's called Murasaki edition or something. It's very difficult to tell that it's purple. It mostly looks like it's black in most situations. So when the sun needs to hit it right on bang on, which it did actually a few moments ago, it looked purple. You do have STI developed dampers and suspension, which is now electronically adjustable through the center screen. You do also get bucket seats on the inside and a few more handling changes on the steering ratio here and there. Essentially, it's still a WRX, which is, I think, a great platform to start. It does still have the Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive system. This one has the 6-speed manual, which is the only configuration you can buy the TS with. It still has space in the back to accommodate 2 full-size adults. I mean, it is still a conventional 3-box sedan. You do have a big boot as well. So basically, the TS part is just to make it dynamically much more involving, much more fun. People still hate the way it looks. Personally, I like it, and especially with the dynamic enhancements, I think it's a very formidable package. Powertrain is still the same, so it's the 2.4 liter turbocharged boxer 4-cylinder, produces 270 horsepower. As I said, it does have the symmetrical all-wheel drive, which is what's synonymous to all Subarus, so that's a bonus. What can I say? It's just a little nip and tuck that the STI division have provided to the regular WRX, but in all honesty, they should have gone all out and made a proper STI. Imagine the excitement in the enthusiast community if they actually did that. Let's see if the TS updates make it much more better to drive in day-to-day conditions. I'm now behind the wheel of the 2025 WRX TS. So let's get the numbers out of the way. As I mentioned before, this has a 2.4 liter boxer 4-cylinder engine, produces 270 horsepower. Does have the symmetrical all-wheel drive, which is one of the core USPs of this vehicle. The TS comes only with a 6-speed manual, no CVT business here. So if you want to buy the CVT, you'll have to buy a lower variant. On the interior, you can see the bucket seats are very nice, very supportive, very hugging. This is exclusive to the TS, and especially the blue trim on the inside. I think that looks very good, and especially if you buy the blue exterior, I think that's a good match. So that would be a really good, perfect spec according to me. So yeah, let's see how this drives. When you have the car, when you start it up, it starts in S mode, which is the sporty mode, which actually already tells you about the tensions this car has. You can play around the mode, so Sport Plus, individual, you can adjust your power unit, steering, suspension, eyesight through the screen. You have comfort mode, normal mode, and then the sport mode. So let's start in Sport Plus. Start into drive. Oh, and traction control kicks in. Oh. And that was 0 to 100 in about 6 seconds or so, which is pretty quick if you ask me. 6.5 seconds. The all-wheel drive hooks really well. I had the traction control on, so that kicked in and it cut power very abruptly, but the punch, it's really good. It does not feel slow, and as I said, I almost forgot how good this power unit is. For me, the only drawback of this power unit is that it sounds kind of sad. I wish they could have put a bit of an exhaust on it, especially that this is the tuned by STI part, so you know they could have really made it a bit more dramatic with an exhaust. So now you only hear the engine, you hear a bit of the intake. If I floor it, oh, on boost it picks up really well. It picks up really well. It picks up really well, and I really enjoyed flooring this vehicle. Actually, as I said, I almost forgot how well it pulls from lower speeds. There is a bit of turbo lag below 2000 rpm, so if you do floor it sometimes below 2000 in a higher gear, you will feel a very prominent turbo lag, but the boost kicks in very sharply. So like as I said, if I go into a higher gear, if I put it into fifth at 60, I'm below 2000 rpm. If I floor it, dead, boost building 2500, and then you have full boost. So that's something you have to get used to if you want to drive smoothly, but it's a very small learning curve and you can get used to it the more you drive it. So that's very good tuning and planning by Subaru. The steering feels really good in Sport Plus. It's so weighty, it has a lot of feedback, and you exactly know what the front wheels are doing. In fact, let me just drop it down a few gears. Wow. The suspension is adjustable. You can adjust the damper settings through the Sport Plus, and it is in the stiffest setting. And corners, it's just so planted. The all-wheel drive, you can feel the mechanical grip, the steering feel. It's so good and it's so fun. As I said, I've driven so many cars, I actually forgot how good the WRX is. And the best part is you can just put it back into normal or comfort mode and it becomes a regular Impreza, if I can say that. I know they don't use the Impreza name anymore for the WRX, but essentially it is that, let's be honest. So it just becomes a regular commuter sedan and you can just cruise your way. The brakes are fabulous, the upgraded Brembos, you can really feel them and you can really hammer them without experiencing any fade. What can I say? I almost forgot how good it is, and now I've realized and remember what a solid package the WRX always was. The TS enhancements have made it that much more better. If you drive it sanely, you can get about 7.58 liters to 100 on the highway, which is honestly not that bad at all. It's a very well-rounded car, honestly. You can have a lot of fun with it. Another upgrade for the 2025 TS is that they have the digital speedometer, which I like a lot. The older WRX had the analog dials, which are not bad but very simple. This one, I love the resolution. It's not laggy when you floor it, the RPM gauge. And fun fact, the RPM gauge has STI written in it. They were that close to making an STI. They put an STI badge, but they never made an STI of the whole version of the car, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, if they did make an STI, they could have bumped up the power a little bit. I'm not saying 270 in this is less by any way, but there is scope. You feel like there is scope to add a bit more power, to make it a bit more agile, a bit more nimble. I mean, it is already very, and it's not, I would not say it's snappy like something like an Elantra N or a Type R, but it has this assured solid feel in the corners. You exactly know what the front wheels are doing. The all-wheel drive stuff, you feel the power shift, which is very satisfying. As I hit some corners again, it's actually really nice, and it drives so well, very much in tune with some of the cool cars that it goes up against. It's so nice. Wow, it's so good. Just need a bit more noise. I wish it had a bit of an exhaust. That would have completed the whole upgraded driving package that the TS brings to the WRX. Again, kudos to the STI division. I know they know how to make a fun to drive car, and they've really shown with the upgrades that they've brought to the WRX. In conclusion then, the 2025 Subaru WRX TS. Honestly, it's been so long since I last drove a WRX, I almost forgot how good of a package it is. I think it's pretty practical for a sedan, the bare minimum, so you can take 4 to 5 people, you have a decent boot, you can daily it as a daily car. But what about when you want to have fun? It does have a lot of formidable rivals, something like a Golf R or a Civic Type R or an Elantra N. It's a very packed segment. So for If the WRX wants to stand out, it needs to be really, really good. Have the TS improvements make it stand out? To be honest, it's actually really, really good. And I feel like people don't talk about the WRX enough, and I don't understand why. Maybe because people haven't experienced it, maybe because people don't see enough on the roads. But honestly, from what I remember 2 years ago and now driving the TS improvements are totally worth it. The steering adjustments, the suspension upgrades, the wheels and tires, the brakes, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you add it all up, the combined improvement make this car really, really fun. And we all know the real fun in a Subaru is when the tarmac ends. It's really fun on the tarmac, but if you take it on the dirt roads, this is when the rally credentials come out. And I think that's where the WRX really, really shines compared to its rivals. And with this TS upgrades, it's really fun on the tarmac as well. So kudos to the STI division from Subaru to make minor enhancements just to make that WRX much more relevant and much more cooler and fun to drive. Now, only if they make a full-blown STI. Please Subaru, if you're listening, please go ahead. The market really, really needs it.